I'm in the big leagues, told him don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Told him that I gotta go, dawg. I'm riding the road, y'all. I think that I'm back in my bag now, so I need that go, y'all. Got hits when he throwin' the fastball, just too quick for it. Peeling off like the whip orange. Seen they effort, this piss poor. I got too much, I gotta tend to. Car payments and the rent due. Told y'all that I'm 6 foot, but with the money stabbing, I'm 10-2. Too much that I've been through, so I put it all in that rear view. Clean money in a black whip. Got old problems with the friends new. Yeah, I'm in the big leagues. Told him don't miss me. Ballin' like Houston, ayy, feeling like Whitney. Yeah, I need a bag, bruh, send it through quickly. I'm making his dog, like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out the stands. I deserve another 100 bands, I deserve another 100 fans. Told him this was always in the plans. I just did it cause they said I can. Blowing euros when I'm down in France. Labels asking how I build a brand. Told him put a check up in my hands. Boy got time, no cap. Made a few checks, but they all in the raps. Had a few.
Hey you guys, it's Melanie and Hancock here with In The Mix with Mel. And guess who I got here? I got Mr. Dante Hancock himself, the man, the myth, the legend. Y'all. If you don't know, this is my husband. He's my better half. Well, not really. Oh, no, not my better half. My other half. I'm pretty good myself. No, I'm kidding. But this is my husband, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and get into it with him because why? Because he's an entrepreneur himself as well. He's doing pretty big things in Warner Robins, Georgia, get himself out there. So we're going to talk about his training, his boxing, and the healthy man himself who works for works out for like 3 hours a day, y'all. 3 hours a day. So Mr. Hancock, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm thankful. Just another day. Just thankful to be awake and doing stuff with the wife, of course. So nothing better.
So humble. He needs to pop his shit, y'all. Excuse my language. He don't pop nothing. Anyways, he's a very, very, very accomplished man. He's literally training to be in his first amateur boxing match. He is a trainer. He has his own business. So let's talk about first. Let's get into Inferno Fitness Training. So let's talk. So what is that about?
Well, my philosophy with training is, I'm more than a personal trainer. I try to be a life coach. Whenever I'm working with a client, I'm more than, okay, do these push-ups, do that. I watch them, make sure they're doing it correctly. If I see them struggling or if I can tell they're, not mentally into it, I give them a little coaching because, it's hard to get through stuff if someone's not, pushing you.
Right.
So I try to be interactive with people, and that's how I keep clients, because it's really easy to find a trainer that's just going to say, hey, do this, do that, okay, we're done. But if you gotta find that trainer that does this and then tells you, okay, you got to do this a little bit better, because it's going to make it more of a personal approach, and the more personal people, they stick out more than just the cliche trainers. So I try to personalize my stuff.
Okay, yeah, to give them that personal fitness plan. So when it comes to fitness, like what made you want to get on a fitness journey yourself?
It was just my upbringing. A lot of people won't believe this, but in middle school, I was only about 5 foot 5 inches. I was about 175 pounds.
Chunky little Dante.
Every time we did PT in middle school, I couldn't even do a push-up. I couldn't do a pull-up. I couldn't do a sit-up, and people used to laugh at me. Like every time I tried to do a push-up, I would just get in a push-up and then I would just get up because I couldn't do it. And people used to legit laugh at me. And when we did the mile run, I was always the last one to finish, like literally.
Me and you both, bro.
Not to be sexist, but it was a group full of course, boys and girls, and I was always finishing last.
Oh, never mind. I can't say them. Never mind, bro.
And I'm learning as you get older. The best way to stay healthy is just to stay active. And coming from a background, my family grew up with diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure. My dad literally almost died from a stroke because he just went on a bad course of binge eating every day, not exercising. And that was really the wake-up call for me. Like, hey, I can't just.
You got to change yourself. Because you don't want to go forward in that path and that be you one day. I understand that.
I love eating. Grew up in the South. You give me macaroni, chicken, collard greens. I'll eat that every day. But in a few months, I'm gonna be 20 pounds overweight.
Man.
So that's just my motivation. You just gotta stay healthy.
I feel like you're talking about me, Dante. I feel like you're talking about your chunky wife, y'all. No, he's not talking about me.
Sexy thick.
Y'all, so let's get into the other part, Mr. Hancock, the humble man. Y'all, he boxes. He be getting knocked out, and he knocks people out. Let's talk about that.
Ooh.
Pew, 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 pew.
Boxing is just like, it's one of those sports.
Do you have like a black, is that something on your face, like a scratch from a boxing match?
I was doing a little sparring yesterday. Someone kind of got me with
He got like a little bit of a shade. I just noticed this y'all, he got a little bit of a black eye-ish type thing, scratch.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it. Go ahead.
But, what got me into boxing? It's just one of those things I wanted to do. I remember I first started fighting training when I was 10.
Really?
I did taekwondo, karate,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up injuring my shoulder. But my parents weren't really the pushy type. They weren't say, hey, okay, just shake it off, get back. They were more the, okay, let's heal, let's take care of it. So that made me a little fearful to go back.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted to go back, but unfortunately, I started having serious epilepsy issues at age 13. And you can't do combat sports when you're having seizures.
Wow.
It's just common sense. So
you really had to turn yourself around from being a person who had a serious medical condition to really empowering yourself physically.
Yes. So I've always loved boxing. I was like the one family member that used to watch it. I used to stay up late at night just to watch fights.
Okay.
But it was hard to get into it because, when your whole family's into basketball, football,
It's kind of a different genre, so you kind of, I got you, okay. Okay, so let's talk about your future plans with boxing. So what you got coming up with boxing, sir?
Well, my main goal is I'm just training right now. I'm training for a fight in November. So for the next 6 months, it's just I got to be straightforward and strict with my diets, more exercise,
More exercise. This man works out like 3 hours a day. Let's talk about that. Let's get into that. So what is a boxer's regimen when it comes to diet and exercise?
Well, there's two sides to it. From an amateur perspective, minimum you got to train a minimum 4 hours a day.
Y'all.
4 hours.
Can you see my eyes getting real big? Nah, bruh.
and honestly, if you're trying to be a pro fighter, it's 8 to 9, sometimes 10 hours a day. So it's literally a full-time job.
Yeah.
That's why you hear that term. You can't play boxing. You can play football. You can play basketball, but you can't play boxing.
You can't play I've never heard that, but then y'all, I'm not in the boxing realm. So you can't play. You can play football. You can play basketball, but you can't play boxing. So you got to be serious with that ish. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot. So let's talk about not also just the physical part, but the mental part. What is that about?
Going back to the term, you can't play boxing. There's no different feeling from someone standing in front of you. Trying to punch you.
No.
They're standing in front of you, trying to punch you.
For 3 minutes straight.
And it's, like I said, it's not like basketball, football. When everyone gets in a fight, everybody jumps in like, oh, calm down. So you get that 1 second to try to look tough. But when you're boxing, it's 3 minutes straight. Okay,
you defending your own self.
You get popped one time, that head snap back, you're like, okay, I got to get his back. They slip a jab, come back with that uppercut. Oh, okay. I felt that. They catch you off guard. They hit you with that straight. You're like, okay, that hurt. But you can't look to the ref and say, hey, he hit me. You got to get him back. So that's how realistic the sport is. So that's why they have the term, you can't play boxing. You can't play fight.
Right.
Even if you play fight, it may turn into a real fight. And most people are not conditioned for that because we're not born to fight. That's why when we get into fights, we cover up because we don't want that head to get punched.
Yeah.
Or when we get hit, we go, because it hurt. Because naturally, from a medical perspective, the body's not born to fight. That's why when you get hit, it hurts.
Yeah, we're not turtles with like shells or porcupines or shit like that, y'all. But you condition yourself to it. So
yes.
I was wondering, sidebar note. So when you get hit in the face or something like that, and you got that adrenaline pumping, right? Do you like recognize the pain immediately, or do you just keep punching through, and you're like, oh wait, after a while, you're like in the middle of a fight, you know what I mean? Like you go bam, and you're just, or do you feel it immediately, like, oh god, I can't do this anymore?
It just depends on how conditioned you are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're really conditioned, you can shake it off. Because when I started fighting, I would take I would just take a simple, pop to the face, and I would immediately feel that stinging, that neck pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to spend a few months just, really conditioning mentally, physically, just telling myself, okay, you're about to get in that ring, you're about to fight somebody, so you got to get in a different zone. And it's a month's process because, you know, just a few months ago, I sparred a heavyweight fighter who's a pro fighter. So I knew it was going to be tough.
Bam.
He knocked me with a straight right. And my nose was bleeding. I didn't recognize it because I was in the mode. Like,
right, you're
still
like the adrenaline pump. You're like, I'm gonna keep going.
Like, okay,
yeah.
you know, okay. I definitely felt it, but I was able to kind of shake it off. But I felt something running down my nose. I was like, okay, what is this? But, you know, I didn't have time to think about it.
Right.
Now, if that happened to me a few months before, then it would have landed. Then I would automatically start running away. Hey, you know, back, get away. You know, let me, you know, reset. But that instance, you know, after he hit me with that straight, you know, I got right back in. You know, I didn't even care what was happening. I thought my nose was just running.
Really?
So it's just that mental part. And, you know, I had to get it in for another round. I had a busted nose, bloody nose, and I still had one more round. And I, you know, shook it off, said, okay, I got to get back in. So it's a mental process, you know. So
that's my strong man right there.
That's a lot of people. Just take it slow. Don't rush into it because it's a different feeling when you actually get punched and you're just like, okay, that was a real punch. How do I react to it?
Yeah, not me. No. Look at my strong man. So let's go back into your health and fitness journey. So a lot of people struggle with being healthy these days, like they really do. It's the discipline, the dedication. You just sit there, and I am one of them. So one of those people myself, y'all, and I will admit this as being the other half of this very healthy man. So what are some tips you would give to somebody who's watching this, feeling like I really want to get started on my healthy journey? I need a trainer, but I really just want to just get started myself. What should they do?
I would say the main thing, my pet peeve, is don't follow those 30, 60, 90-day challenges.
It's pet peeve. It is his pet peeve, y'all.
Because what happens is, it's a mental process. Those 30-day challenges, they say for 30 days, just drink water, don't drink soda, don't eat pizza, don't smoke, don't drink alcohol, just cut out everything. But if you're just
like bread, sugar, everything in the world, yeah.
But if you're trying to start out if you're just starting out, you know, you're used to eating that stuff. It's like a drug addict, you know, they're not going to immediately withdraw from drugs. They got to go through step by step by step by step.
Right.
So I tell a lot of people, don't fall for that. If you're trying to really cut back on what you're eating, it's okay to eat what you want, but just eat it in moderation. But from my experience, because I used to be 232 pounds, I couldn't even run half a mile. After trying, I little thought about quitting because I just wasn't there. So I started getting serious with my diet. So the first month, you know, you're going to eat that, you know, cookie, you're going to eat that pizza.
Yeah.
But what I always did is after I ate it, I reminded myself, okay, you just ate that, you know, that's bad for you. And then it got to the point where I was thinking about it more and I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't eat that. So for the first month, you're going to eat what you want. You just got to remind yourself, okay, you just ate this, it's not good for you. And then the second month, you're going to say, okay, maybe I shouldn't eat that. You're going to be a little bit more hesitant. When you see that pizza, you're just going to walk past it. But the next time you walk past it, you might eat it. But you made progress because you walked past it the first time.
Right.
And then once you start really seeing the results, you know, you're going to have more energy. You're going to start losing weight. That third month, that's what you're going to really get used to saying, no, I can't do that. You know, coming from an Asian family, my mom used to always make pancit, egg rolls, fried rice. It used to be just sitting on the table.
Yeah.
And, you know, it got to the point where I saw it and I literally just walked past it and I said, no.
That is a lot of discipline, I feel like.
But it's just eating in moderation, you know. You want to eat things in moderation to start off. You know, if you're going to eat a pizza, just eat one piece. If you're going to eat a hamburger, just eat half of it, you know. And then you're going to get to the point where you're realizing, okay, all this stuff is heavy. It's bad for my body. So you're going to get to the point where you might just eat half a slice of pizza or 1/4 of the burger. So it's a whole mental process, and medically too. Your stomach is a muscle. If you eat a lot of it, it's going to grow. It's just like doing a bicep curl. You do a lot of this, it's going to grow.
Right.
So you put a lot of food in your stomach.
It's going to expand.
Yeah, and since your stomach is bigger, it needs more food. So if you mentally train yourself to cut down, your stomach's going to realize, okay, he's not eating as much, so let me shrink. So you're going to eat less. So, you know, but it starts with moderation. Don't fall for those 30, 60, 90-day challenges.
Yeah.
Definitely don't fall for, you know, those high fashion models that have those zero cut, because that's just not realistic.
It's not, y'all. And I'm around these people. It is not. They do extenuating like things to get that's not realistic.
And I know I used to look at men's health magazines. I used to see dudes with 6-pack, 8-packs, and I used to see, man, I don't look like them, and I used to get insecure. So I tell a lot of people, don't fall for that. That's their job, so they have to look like that. But if you're 9 to 5, it's a little bit more challenging, but don't look at them.
It's like give yourself a little bit of grace, you know what I mean? Especially when you are living real life.
Yep.
There's a little bit more leniency, a little bit more grace, of course, and do what he said, progress into that mode. Don't just crash diet, as they say, into something, because you're gonna crash. You're gonna crash. That's not how you've been living your life for the past years. Why would you succeed?
And that too, after those 30-day challenges, after you get that 30 days, you're gonna say, okay, I reached the challenge. Let me go back to my old way. And you're gonna binge eat because you miss that food. So you want to get to the point where you don't miss that food. But if you do 30-day challenges, after 30 days, you're gonna say, man, I miss this. I'm gonna eat 8 slices of pizza. I'm gonna eat 2 hamburgers. But if you eat anything in moderation and learn how to cut it down, it's gonna get to the point where you don't even think about that food because you slowly weaned off of it.
Gotcha. I like
it's okay
that.
to say weaning off of it. I mean, weaning off it's a general term of just getting used to pushing it away.
Gotcha.
So,
I like that. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about you and your business. So how can people contact you for Inferno Fitness training? Maybe they need a trainer who travels to them. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm kind of an old head, but I'm always on social media. I just don't post and share.
I
see notifications. I see messages. So if you message me, I'll see you right away. So you don't have to worry. But if you get on Facebook, just type in Dante Hancock. You'll see a beautiful picture of my wife right here, so you won't even miss us. I'm on Instagram too. I try to get more active on that. It's Inferno_fitness_training. Inferno Fitness Training is already taken up, so they had to put those stupid underscores. But I'm really big on Facebook and Instagram. Now I just started my YouTube channel. Same thing. It's just straight. It's just straight Inferno Fitness Training, if I can remember. Sorry, I just started it, but But yeah, I'm just you can reach me on there. I'm pretty straightforward. I try to make conversation, and that's why I say personalized. A lot of my clients, how I get it, they ask me for my price. I say my price, and I just tell them the benefits. I don't just say, hey, $25 or blah blah blah, because that's gonna be that's
cold.
That's gonna be that cold. That's gonna be that
Uh-huh.
cold exchange. That's like if someone asked me a question and they just said yeah or no without explaining. I'm
the
just
benefits or whatever it is. Yeah, especially when it comes to selling products or services, you gotta tell them when you're naming your price, you gotta include the benefits of it. You can't just be like, I'm charging $1,000. People will be like, wait, what? But then you tell them the benefits, and then it'll rationalize it to them. Yeah. I like that. So this man is humble, by the way. He got a little fight club going. If you guys ever want to spar with this man, contact him. He literally has a weekly fight club. A bunch of dudes just be fighting, and I be looking outside of our window of our house, and I'm like, these dudes just love to fight. I'm inspired by it, but I'm not gonna get my face punched in, I got things to do. As you know, I got interviews. But let's get into entrepreneurialism. So what's some advice you'd give to somebody who wants to get out there, but they're they don't know the first step to get into health and fitness when it comes to business wise?
I would say sorry, what was that question one time?
Yeah, I know. I made one. So what's some advice to an entrepreneur if they want to be a personal trainer? Maybe they want to open a gym or something like that. What would you give some advice on how to even get to the first step?
I would say just be personal towards all your clients. If they inbox you, you don't want to tell them the same answer every time. You want to kind of look at their Facebook page or their profile and kind of study what kind of person they are, and then have a conversation catering to what they appear like. Of course, not be biased. Just because they're a certain color, don't say hey, blah blah. But definitely personalize, and don't be afraid to post. Like me, I go live all the time, and I don't care if I get 5 views. I don't care if I get 70 views. It's really just about the content, because eventually someone's going to look at you and they're going to say, okay, he's got some content.
You got credibility. It's really about the consistency.
And it's really about the mentality, because when I go live, I think my last video got like 72 views on Facebook. I didn't get 1 like or 1 share, 1 comment, not even a like. But
people are watching you still. That's the thing.
That's the thing. I want it because I'm A, getting views, and B, I have content.
Yeah. So
in case someone inboxes me and say, hey, what's your training like, blah blah blah, I'll say, hey, check my page out. I got this, that, third. So you just got to be consistent, especially with personal training. It's a really competitive field, because everybody thinks they're a personal trainer.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they get certified and they think they're a personal trainer. But me, I'm not certified, but I've been doing it for 12 years. So I know, a few tricks, a few, workouts, a few goals, and I'm a very personal person.
Yeah.
All of that trumps, hey, I got a piece of paper. You could have a piece of paper, but if you're not
doesn't mean shiznit, y'all. And I speak from experience, because I don't have a degree in journalism, but I'm a very, very good interviewer. So yeah, no, I agree with that. So tell us what you got going on in the future, y'all. Y'all support him, but what do you have going on in the future that they should tune into or support you in? Anything?
Well, my main concept right now is just the training part, because I got a fight in November. So you're gonna see me doing a lot of conditioning. I try not to post too much content, because crazy part of the boxing world is other fighters, if they know they're fighting you, they might look you up, and they might see your style.
And they might study your ass. I did not know that, y'all. Okay.
So I do record myself sparring, but I don't post it, because you never know who's looking at
your methods. Interesting. Y'all, that's crazy.
I might, I'll post me, punching the bag and maybe shadow boxing, but that's not enough.
Not your actual. Exactly, I get you. Exactly. I feel that.
You'll see a lot of videos of me working out. I got a punch bag that my beautiful wife bought me that I still love and I'll use every day, all the time. You'll see me doing that. But right now it's just training and just trying to keep that business going, because it's really hard to balance all of it, working full time, boxing, training, being a husband, making sure the wife's happy. But, there's no other way. You just got to fit it all in.
You do.
If you don't do it, then you can't blame anyone else. So.
Right. And life is never going to give you that time where it's like, okay, now's a great time to do this now. It's never going to happen. Nope. Never. You got to just make it happen, as they say. And then you got to make it happen. I fully understand that, and I fully understand it because I'm with you all the time. So I understand that. So you guys support the homie. Drop your social media again so they can go ahead and book you, or maybe they want to talk to somebody like a mentor who wants to get into. Yeah,
you can catch me on Facebook, Dante Hancock. Again, picture of the wife, so you won't miss it. I'm big on Instagram, Inferno_fitness_training. I'm really big on those two. Just started my YouTube page. Once I get more content, I'll be able to share more so you guys can, be more involved in it. But yeah, I'm pretty easy to approach, pretty chill guy.
He's a pretty chill guy. He's a pretty chill dude.
I mean, I'm really not what you expect. A lot of people see me, they say, "Oh, you walk with your shoulders broad. You look intimidating," but I'm probably the nerd.
He's a nerd, y'all.
Most quiet.
He's a nerdy muscle dude. He's nerdy. He's nerdy, but he's really, really, really dedicated to his craft, y'all. But seriously, he really is. When a person is working 10 hours a day, and then they work out 3 hours that day still, and they still find time to do other things that are needed, they're very dedicated to their craft. So I want you guys to support him. Follow him on social media. Ask some questions. He's a very personal person, y'all. Otherwise, y'all, I feel like I wanted to ask you, where are you from? Because, where you from, bro? I know where you're from.
I'm actually from Warner Robins. A lot of people won't believe me because I've heard so many times, "Oh, you talk like you're not from here." I'm like, what does that mean? But yeah, I'm from here.
You don't got that southern accent, bro.
Yeah.
You don't got that southern accent.
Yeah, I'm good old Warner Robins, so.
But he's so humble. He was born out of this country, out of the technically U.S. soil, but he wasn't born in America, y'all. He's a little bit of a foreign. But you guys, seriously, I want you guys to support him. He's a very, very, very dedicated man. I tell you, y'all, if you have some basically fitness goals, he can make it happen. He can make it happen. He will travel to you as well. But you guys, until next time, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel. And Mr. Hancock, I want to thank you for joining on my show. I know I live with you, but I appreciate you taking time out of your busy, busy schedule to come on my show. I don't know what this is. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, peace out.
Are you tired of running your social media? Do you feel overwhelmed? Are you looking for more traffic to your website? Try Banked Out Marketing. They offer a variety of campaigns: social media posts, podcast advertising, digital radio, direct mail campaigns, and more. Call 478-388-0208. Email bankedoutmarketing@gmail.com. Again, the number is 478 388-0208. Email is bankedoutmarketing@gmail.com. And remember, it's banked out with 2 T's.